Okay, guys, I am here with the gorgeous Tess, and we're going to do Minute with Mom together because that was this whole podcast episode with Minute with Mom. So I kind of thought I would show you what it really looks like. So I sit on this lovely couch with a blanket. Sometimes a space heater. We had a space heater, but you could hear the noise, so we had to turn it off. And I snuggle up with my friend. So Master George may or may not come in. You never know. It's exciting. So I talked about the little Checky books. We don't have a name. We always call it Checky books, huh?
Yeah.
And this is what we do. So we have Tessa's book of singing. So this is her sweet cover she designed. And then we are going to go through her checklist. And so today is Tuesday when I'm filming this. I hope you can read that. Get it? And we're going to check Monday's school and do her narration. So as she goes down, I mark it. Tess likes to make beautiful drawings for me, and she likes me to color in sometimes, so we're checking. Yeah. So this is just kind of showing you how we do it. So you just have to speak a little bit louder so people can hear you.
So name is I think. Okay, so Javert is still explaining how he was finding Jean Valjean. And he asked the guy that was in charge of the bridge, and he was like, "Did a man come here with a little girl?" And he was like, "Yeah, he paid 2 sous." Yeah, so it's just him telling.
So this is her little notebook, and I don't know how well you can see her beautiful drawing, but with narrations, she had to read for 10 minutes, and then she narrates for 5 minutes. And so that's a Minute with Mom is checking on these narrations, and also cuddling with them too, because it's fun to cuddle.
And then in the New Testament, I forgot to write something, but
okay.
Have you ever heard of the song by Taylor Swift? It's like, "You need to calm down."
By Taylor Swift?
Yeah, it's a song that my friend showed me once. So it's when Jesus calmed the angry sea. So it's Taylor Swift saying, "You need to calm down." So
very nice. So I'm just marking this off as she is telling me. And if it's something I've read or we have a discussion about it, we can talk about it more. Or she just tells me about it and I laugh at her awesome drawings.
Blood on the River is talking about how they were anchored in by the Indians on Virginia. Basically, Virginia. I'm pretty sure it's Virginia. They're eating around. They are eating like all the servants, and then Richard's like, "What's gonna happen?" And then the big boys that are the servants one of them like slaps them back, like, "We'll be fine."
Nice.
Okay. And the Great Divorce, this girl was just telling the spirit was telling like a person her sob story, and I was really confused why she was saying it, so I was just random people.
Oh, nice. Okay. That's The Great Divorce by C.S. Lewis. I've recommended that one lots of times. Do you like it as much as I did? Do you like it?
That's all right.
Yeah, not your favorite?
Yeah.
Do you think it's over your head?
Over my head.
Like it's too difficult to understand?
A little bit.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Are there parts of it you do like?
Yeah.
Like what?
I really like the metaphor he uses for like, it's kind of, he's talking about kind of like Earth, like they're just going on this journey and you can progress, but a lot of people just choose not to.
Yeah.
Like
so
it's
basically,
just the progressing and stuff.
I like that anybody can get into heaven.
Yeah.
But it's always your choice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you notice, we didn't do math because they do teaching textbooks. So she's crossed it off and she wrote in her score for me.
At
92%. And they do Duolingo on their own, and I can see that throughout the day that they're doing it. And we practice. We have Spanish dinner on Monday, and it went real poorly yesterday because Dad, who speaks Spanish, was not home. So it was interesting, but we did it. So now we're going to do, so the last thing we have with Tess is her language arts, the good and the beautiful. Cross that off, sweet girl.
Okay.
So then I would give that back to her, and her language arts is, I bought the books this year, and I like it better. Do you like it better?
Yeah, it actually has colors, so it makes more sense.
Yeah, and I feel like it stays together better.
Yeah, he doesn't want to fall apart.
So she is on course 6. Yoink. And so do we just go through her stuff? And I will stop the video before we do the whole thing. But with course 6, we do dictation in the beginning. Stuff like that, right? And we go through and we would check it all and talk about anything she has. Now, last thing I want to add, I do with Minute with Mom, is on my little, if you remember my organization video, let's see if we can get, well, Sister School on Wheels. Let's see, can you, no, is this one? This is
the
Sister.
green one is Sister School.
Oh, okay. So if you can see School on Wheels right here, she has a little note on the side. And on the side, it tells me if we're doing something extra today. So yesterday we did vocab words together. Do you remember your vocab word yesterday?
Cash.
Cash. I like this book. Vocabulary cartoons. And on Mondays, they get the word cash. Sorry, like keeps glaring. It has a little description, what it sounds like, and then she has to use the word in a sentence and has to write it in cursive. She has lovely cursive, right, girl?
Yeah.
On Tuesdays, we then go through the grammar cards, and it would be like, Tess, what's a noun?
Noun is person, place, thing, or idea.
Heck yeah, girl. An adjective describes.
A noun.
An adverb describes.
A verb or another adverb.
A verb and adjective.
Or another adverb.
Absolutely, girl. Do you capitalize seasons?
Nope.
Do you capitalize north, south, east, or west?
Yes and no.
Tell me more.
Yes, when indicating a region like North America, and no when giving direction.
Absolutely. So we would do that too after this. Wednesdays, we've been kind of mixing it up. I was going to have us do state capitals and finding it on a map, but we've only done it a couple times because we kind of do it as part of our geography with group stuff because we can do it with our song and dance. And then on Thursday, we review our Greek root that we learned. Do you remember our root this week? Circum?
Circum.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, like circle. But we've done by. No, we didn't do by. Yeah, we did.
By.
To. Auto.
Self.
What else? Anti?
Anti means against or like
opposite. Yeah. So that's Minute with Mom. So with Sweet Tessie Girl, it maybe takes 5-10 minutes, would you think? Yeah. Sometimes we linger longer and we giggle, or sometimes it's quick. Like, hey, we got somewhere to be. But this is, I don't know, do you love it?
I love it.
What do you like about Minute with Mom?
I like when you color in my drawings. I can see them afterwards. And I like when I draw little pictures for you on the whiteboard.
Oh, she does like that. But yeah, so it does two things. First, it is a great way to stay connected with my kid, to know what's going on, talk to her if she has any concerns. And then second, I can see where she is on all her schoolwork. And we can talk about books. So it's The Great Divorce. She said sometimes it doesn't make sense. And so we can talk about parts that don't make sense, parts that do make sense, right? Or any book of that is historical or anything like that. And if you got questions, you can talk about that. And then we do the language arts stuff, and we can explain like how to diagram a sentence. And before you think I'm some genius, they have helpful, I mean, I am a genius, right?
Sure.
But just in case I'm not 100% sure, they have a checkbook, The Good and the Beautiful, that they do, so that I can verify the information that it is correct. So anything else you want to add with Minute with Mom?
No.
Okay. All right. I won't do the full boys, but I'll kind of show you the difference between all the kids. All right. Thanks, Tess.
Yeah.
Okay. We're back with another child. This guy. So I won't go through everything. Let me see your tricky book. So Josh's book is fantastic. The cover is a sexy dino flexing in a Speedo. And we would do the same thing. And so you can see the times that we have. Sorry, I've already reclined. I've made myself comfortable. And then we can go through, that's the stuff I've checked. And, went way too far. Where are we? What's today? Yeah, thank you. So, very nice. Oh, you finished the book.
Yes, I did.
So then we will go through this. So what I thought we would do, Josh, his narrations are fantastic because he does awesome comics that make me giggle. So I thought what we would do with Joshy is go through the cards of The Good and the Beautiful. So if he gets them wrong, I punch him.
Oh, I was like, that's new.
That's funny. I liked your face in that. Okay, ready?
Yes.
All right. If you get them all right, I will buy you ramen noodles.
Actually?
Yeah. If you miss any, you owe me $1,000.
Okay.
Okay.
Deal.
Perfect. Okay, Josh, what is a
A
noun?
noun is a person, place, thing, or idea.
So far, so good. What is a
A
pronoun?
pronoun is a word used in the place of a noun.
Oh, sing the pronoun song.
I mean, my mine, you, your, yours, he, she, him, or it, is, hers, it's, we, us, or ours, they, them, their. These are all pronouns. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum.
What is a
A
verb?
verb is a word that does an action to a stated being, links two words together, and helps another verb.
What is a subject?
A subject is the who or what of the sentence.
An adjective describes.
A noun.
An adverb describes.
A verb or another adverb and an adjective.
Yes, a verb, an adjective, or
That
another
that
adverb.
counts.
Yes.
Right.
In addition to starting with a capital letter and ending with punctuation, what
Subject, verb, and a complete thought.
three things must a proper sentence have? Yes. So far, so good. Do you capitalize seasons?
No.
Never. Do you capitalize north, south, east, and west?
Yes and no. Yes when indicating a region. No when indicating you should go south.
Correct. You think I'm amazing? The answers are on the back of these, but we've done this so many times, I do have it memorized myself. But you'll see on some of them I don't, so I will totally. Oh, thanks. When do you capitalize a family name such as mommy, daddy, aunt, or grandma?
When it comes after pronoun. Doesn't come after.
When it doesn't come after
I said
pronoun.
doesn't. It like slip does.
Well, that's $1,000. What are the 4 sentence types?
Statement, command, question, and exclamation.
Yes. What is an independent clause?
A clause that has a subject, verb, and a complete thought.
Yes, give me an example.
I pooped in the potty.
His usually does revolve around poop, so. Okay, what is a dependent clause?
Subject, verb, but it indicates more to come.
Because it starts with a.
Subordinating conjunction.
So give me an example.
When I pooped in the potty.
Good job. A comma and a coordinating conjunction can join together.
2 independent clauses.
Yes, they can. What is the acronym for remembering coordinating conjunctions?
Fanboys.
And what does it stand for?
For, and, nor, but, or, yet so.
Did you say?
No, I said nor and or.
Oh, okay.
They rhyme.
Yeah. I got mixed up. What is a simple sentence?
1 independent clause.
Heck yeah. What is a compound
An
sentence?
independent clause and a dependent clause.
No.
Two
There's 2 or more independent clauses.
That's what I said.
What is a complex sentence?
And then in an independent.
Yes. Give an example.
When I pooped in the potty, I wiped my hiney.
Oh, cute. A dependent clause always starts with
A
a,
subordinating conjunction.
and then the song is just some of them. There are like 50 more.
After, as, before, if, until, since, although, while, when, unless, until, so, that, even though, because.
All right. What are the 4? Oh, thank you. What are the 4 sentence structures?
Simple, compound, complex, compound, complex.
Yeah. What is a preposition?
Oh, it links
A preposition shows the relationship
between
of a noun
and
or
the
pronoun to another word in the sentence. So close. That definition is from another book because I like it better. So now do the preposition chant.
Okay. Aboard about above, across, after, against, along, among, around, up, aboard, behind, below,
Beside, between, beyond, by, down, during, except for, from, in, inside, into, like, near, of, off, on, over, past, since, through, throughout, to, towards, under, underneath, up, upon, with, within, without.
You keep forgetting
Prepositions.
until.
Did I skip until?
Yes, you always do.
Oh, darn it. Do you use a comma when attaching a dependent clause to an independent?
Yes.
Always?
Depends. If the independent clause is first, no.
Correct. So if you said, when I poop, comma, I wipe my hiney, then there's a comma. If you put I pooped, there's no comma. No, I wipe my hiney when I poop.
Yeah.
There's no comma. When you add a subordinating conjunction to an independent clause, it turns the clause into a
dependent
because it
indicates more to come.
Yes. What are the 2 ways you can properly combine 2 independent clauses into one sentence?
Add a period?
No, come into one sentence.
Oh, 2 ways. Sexy semicolon.
Sexy semicolon. There's a video on that.
What's it called? A comma and a coordinating conjunction.
Correct. What is a run-on sentence?
a sentence that is not properly like comma whatever
Yeah, then proper punctuation.
punctuation.
So
that
2
was-
independent clauses without the proper punctuation. What are 3 ways to fix a run-on sentence?
Add a period, sexy semicolon, comma, and a coordinating conjunction.
Heck yeah. What 2 things should you never do when connecting 2 independent clauses with a semicolon?
Put a period or capitalize the capitalized next word or
Don't
put
capital, yeah, or a coordinating conjunction.
Okay.
What is a direct object?
Oh, the one that receives, like mom. I gave
Receives the
mom a
action-
hug.
Yes, receives the action of the verb. Tess likes to say the one that got verbed upon. So that's how she describes it. What is an interjection?
Isn't like a exclamation.
Sudden or strong emotion.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, that ain't right. Give the guy a shot down there. That's on Schoolhouse Rock.
I could use one. Hey, and then stop.
I had to think of what the next line was. What is a comma splice? Two independent clauses put together with a comma. So, Mom is kind, I love her, and just putting a comma in there.
That's quite
So how do you
ridiculous.
fix it? 3 ways to fix it.
Put a coordinating conjunction.
1 way,
Sexy semicolon,
of course.
comma, and a coordinating conjunction.
Did you ever say that? Did you say period?
Yes, I did.
I do.
No.
Oh,
I didn't.
okay. All right. Well, Josh owes me $1,000. You've all witnessed it.
I said one thing wrong and then I fixed it right after.
What? You just messed up on that one too.
No, I didn't.
There's video evidence. All right, so
Okay.
I'll go do the rest with Joshy by myself, but that's kind of what that looks like. Now, if you'll notice, Josh is 7th grade and Tess is 6th. So that's what these are made from 4th to 7th grade. But I actually review them with some of my older kids too because they forget these things. Just like I had to remember some of them. I just don't do it as often. So I just do it once a week with them. So when I bring Briggy in here, I'll kind of show what we do with him. All right, so that's the gist of what I do with this awesome kid. Okay, I am now with Briggy, and Master George is right here coloring, so he will probably make an appearance here. So Briggy's looks a little bit different because he is 3rd grade, and if you've heard me talk before, 3rd grade is my transitioning year where I'm trying to have them do a lot more school on their own. So Brig does most of his books on his own,
Yeah.
but we do a few subjects together still, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
So-
Messy.
So his checky book is at BYU against Utah.
Yeah.
BYU football, destroying Utah football. His dad is a big fan, and Briggy's a big fan of the BYU Cougars. So anyways, that's his. And then his little checky book. Let's get to where we are.
Yeah. That
Oh,
one.
yeah. So, like if you'll see it, Good and the Beautiful, today's the day we do it together. So twice a week we do it together. So he's always seeing how to do it. And
I
then
did it.
yeah, on Tuesday he did it, so I will check his work from yesterday. Oh no, I will do that the next day, huh? So his literature book he does on his own. He studies scriptures on his own. His math he does on his own. History we do together. And science he does on his own. We do the science all together, and then their little science book he reads on his own. His biography he does on his own, and his history book he does on his own, and then we do handwriting together. So Briggy does most of his stuff on his own now, don't you?
Yeah, it's only history and halfway language arts and with mom,
In handwriting.
which we're doing right now.
Yeah. So with Briggy, I don't have him doing those grammar cards yet. I have him still working on his phonic flashcards, huh?
It would be better if those are kind of flipped around.
Yeah. So we'll go through these. This one that came through the phonics road to spelling and reading, but they're all pretty much the same. It just happened to be ones I had from years ago. I laminated them because I had so many little kids, and I'm glad I did because there's marker on them. I think they're in pretty good shape, don't you think? Yeah. So anyways, Briggy and I do this on Tuesday, and he is trying to get them all the way right, huh?
The hardest one is this one.
O, oo, uff, off, ah, ow.
Yeah. O, of,
O, oo.
O, whatever.
Yeah. So that's what we do together for his. Now we don't do vocabulary words together yet because we do handwriting. And then, So we don't have a lot of those little extra subjects that I said I did with the other kids because we're doing some of those things together. Yeah, so we just go through his narrations. There's little Master George. There you are. You want to say hi?
Georgie, who is that?
And Georgie's school, do you remember what do we do for your school, Georgie? Do we count to 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we've just been counting to 10, maybe saying some colors and doing the alphabet because he's 2, and that's it. He just wants. So Georgie's turn, huh? Do you like to say Georgie's turn? No, you don't say that, huh?
You do.
But he's just down here on the ground drawing on a whiteboard, and he likes to do that with us and have me draw kitties in between their lessons, huh? Do we draw kitties?
No.
And so that's kind of just the gist of Minute with Mom. My big kids, Ethan, who is going to that charter school twice a week, we do kind of a Minute with Mom just once a week, and just making sure all his stuff's turned in, that he understands all his assignments and stuff like that. And then with Porter and Bella, who are doing their college classes, we also kind of just do once or twice a week. They more just check in with me every day. It's not as formal as this, but what's so funny? You just like to look at yourself?
I do a funny face.
Oh. So that's the gist of Minute with Mom. So please email me if you have, or comment below if you have any questions with what Minute with Mom looks like. And then obviously if you need help coaching with it, like I'm fighting with my kids, this is hard, then do a free, send me an email and we'll do a free consult together. Oh, you want to send me that? A free consult together of how to be able to connect with your kid and have the peace and just get rid of that contention in your home. So anyway, that we'll do the rest of Briggy's just with him and me, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to watch Briggy, but your drawings are fantastic, huh?
Wait, how come we can't film me doing the stuff?
Well, do you want to do, why don't you do one of your narrations then?
Okay. Let's see. Wow. Joel, what are you doing? That was for today. No, that wasn't. This is what happened. No. Yeah, so it is this one.
Okay. So it's Slave Boy in Judea.
So what happened in this is where he's a slave and he was bought by someone, and he's trying to walk to somewhere. It hasn't really said where, and so he was washing off and stuff to go. And then for Bomb, oh yeah,
Bomb is Book of Mormon, by the way.
and this is Helaman. Alma said to like follow this path, and the other person didn't follow the path. It was his brother, but Helaman did, and it hasn't said what's gonna happen after that.
All right.
And I'm gonna get a new book in about 5 days. No,
Maybe
7.
because he finished his literature book.
Yeah, there's 2 more books left
Yeah.
that I need to read.
All right.
It's a meal. And the clever
Right.
pig.
Okay, we'll see you guys.
Pigs.